Pedro flyers in, front tyre and MOT. That should be okay. Step 2, get the battery put into this one. Get this one driving up there. Switch him over. There's no mad rush. I taped the brake down. You should always, if you've done work on a brake and you're worried about how well it was bled or bit, strap it down overnight. You'd be amazed. It goes rock solid. Lovely. Perfect. Yeah, so this will give me a chance to test whether the brakes are all good. They are anyway, but yeah. So take your time. I had to cab back, chuck the battery in this, drive this up, switch over with the Piaggio, bring the Piaggio back, cab back up, bring this back, hopefully both with MOTs. Okay, battery in. This is journey number 2. This isn't just a basic journey to the MOT, guys. This is a test one. This is where in the first half a mile or so, anything doesn't feel right, you turn around and you come back. You don't risk a long journey on a bike like this that you just don't know what's going on with it. Everything I've checked, just want to double check the oil while I'm here. That's at a good level. Cool. And then I'm on my way. I'll explain later some of the bits I've done on this bike, because I've done bits that you don't see as well, including clutch adjustment and seat lock fix. But I'll go over the whole thing later. Let's try and get it past an MOT first. I nearly forgot, guys, to do my famous brake lever hack. If you've snapped the ball off your brake lever, it's no longer MOT-able, okay, because it's sharp. What you are allowed to legally do, this is true, is make some sort of little ball and tape it back on exactly like this. This is electrical tape, but this isn't actually electrical tape. This is special plumbing stretchy tape, and it takes away some of the impact there. You can do that. You can do that. It looks stupid, but it doesn't matter, and they will pass your MOT for that. Me and Jake are looking into creating something for this. It's an interesting. We've got a concept in mind to fix that, because it happens a lot. And on some bikes, finding the levers isn't that easy actually. So anyway, there's that hack. There's a top tip for you. In years back, I wouldn't have gone today. I would have gone, oh, it's no good, I'll do it next week, I'll order a new lever. Now I've realised that you're allowed to do this. Same as I've realised if your seat doesn't lock down, you're allowed to put a bungee cord around it and it will pass. Lots of top tips, guys. Alright guys, we're 2 for 2, 2 MOTs, both pass. That's excellent news. Going back to what I was talking about earlier, it doesn't like full throttle. I know I could take this bike back. I know the guy would love it. I know he wouldn't even be fussed about full throttle. But for me, it's not good enough. And if it's not good enough for me, it's not good enough for you. So for the sake of 20 quid, I'm going to wait another week. I'm going to order a new carb. I really, don't get me wrong, this bike will drive you to Scotland and back. I have no concerns about that. But I want it to be smoother. So we've seen that this passed an MOT, and we've seen that it runs and rides. But it doesn't like full throttle, it doesn't like top end. We can mess around with this carb all day, but for 20 quid, we've got a brand new Honda CG carb. Now this will be a slight upgrade in regards to its tuning. So this is tuned better for the bike, because they're not worried about emissions. They've just jetted it appropriately for an old Honda CG. So switching that around is well worth doing. Now I need to mess with the side panels and take the tank off again. It's not a huge issue at all. And then we pop down and we pop the carb off and we pop the new carb on. I have no doubt in my mind then that we've got a perfect running, riding bike ready for its owner with a year's MOT. So that's great news. Let me get all this off. I've got the gun, so it's going to be done in seconds. And we'll pop the new carb on. And then we'll give it a run. Fuel tank off, side panel's just loosened while we do it. Let's keep this stupidly simple. You take the top slide off, so you turn this around here. Got to get a good grip. Come on. We're going to be switching that around to the new one. It might look the same as the new one. It might look identical, but there's no point using it. We're going to switch it. two 10mm bolts. I'm just tucking that aside. Two 10mm bolts there, and then the airbox popped off like that. That carb comes off. New carb goes in. Keep it simple. So old carb off. I've switched over the needle. New carb on. 2 bolts. Nip them up. This is quite squishy, so this works really well. Chuck it on, warm it up, drive it away. If it all works well, take it back to its owner. It's perfect, absolutely spot on. Where is this new carb? There it is. Let me chuck that on. Alright guys, new carb on, set up, pull the throttle, just check it's all working. I'm not too worried about this. I just know that up is choke on, down is choke off. Fuel tank on, fuel line on. I think this is going to ride beautifully. Alright guys, I believe that's done and dusted. We haven't fired it up yet. Derbi, you can fire up. It'll just be filling up with fuel. Don't throttle it. You don't need that much throttle. You'll flood it, mate. Just go on, go on. Alright, hang on. Let's get a bit of choke going. There you go. Easy. 10 seconds max on the button, alright? Relax. Bit more. Right, look. For a biker, you're so bad at starting bikes. Look. Wow. You're a biker. Alright guys, so what we do is we let the engine warm up and then we get it kind of all set up. At the moment the idle will be particularly low, of course. And we'll readjust the idle as we feel we need to. We're going to give it a couple of minutes to warm up, adjust the idle, take it for a spin, and then the ideal is that it's good and it can go back to the new owner, who will be very pleased, I'm sure, to have it back. So I'm going to take it for a quick ride, throw my helmet on, after a minute, of course, of letting it warm up. As long as it throttles all the way through, as it should, we're good to go. I can't see any fuel spill, that's a good start. I adjusted the clutch, I fixed the seat lock, I did the MOT, carb exchange, I can't remember what else I've done, bits and pieces. Fuel tank clean, and stuff like that. So I'm going to take it for a quick spin. So guys, just finishing off this rescue. I'm taking the bike back to its owner now. Got my fan set up over there. Yard's looking less full now. 1 bike there, 2 bikes there, and actually there's a space in there as well, because there's 2 up front and 1 at the back. So we're kind of getting through these projects. The ER500 is online, ready for sale at $14.50. It's not getting any interest yet, but it'll get that right person. And I'm looking forward to kind of hacking into that 2-stroke. The said L600 is practically done. The new battery arrived today. My aim is to get that back this weekend to the guy. I need to obviously fuel it and try it. I need to run it, but as long as it starts, runs, rides and passes the MOT, it's done and dusted. I'm finished with it. I'd say I've done a good job on the said L600. I wouldn't say I've done a great job. The paint, I would have liked more detail in the paint in regards to reflection. I would have liked to have put on some more layers and got it brighter. But that's stuff that can be done in the future, you know. What else? That's it. Let me load this bad boy on and we'll get on our way. So here it is, guys, in all its glory. Quick-ish rescue, this one. Looking at costings for the charity, £80 collection and pickup, all in. £40 MOT, it's 120, £25 carb, 145, and then kind of bits and pieces. Let's say 170 all in for the charity. But a shop to do that work, it would have been closer to £300, I'm sure. Turned out really lovely, starts on the button, rides beautifully, spot on this one. I'm really pleased.